I responded to what I heard. I did. I responded to what I heard on this panel. And then I was talking in general at the same time, simultaneously, because I can do that.
So who said that?
I didn't. Have you
So
heard yourself? Do we need to rewind the tape and see what you said about women submitting?
I can
We
repeat what I said verbatim.
okay. So then that's what I was talking about.
So he's talking about me. So what did I say?
You
If you can
and
repeat
every
it.
other man that wants women to just arbitrarily submit. We keep talking about women's submission, and we are not talking about men's worthiness of submission. And you want to harp on the fact that I'm talking about someone talking about submission, and you will not address the fact that I'm talking about the men that are not worthy of submission.
So, what I wanted to say actually goes back to what we were talking about before, as far as submission or self respect. I think if when we're as adults, we look at submission and obedience differently than when we're children. And when we're teaching our children, I'm gonna tell you right now, if I tell my kid, go here, do that, they don't have a choice. They are a child. If they disobey, they get consequences. Chanclas are a real thing, and I'm good at throwing one. Don't play with me. I'm not even listen. I'm not. But in that, so because I've taught my children obedience, and in that obedience, now comes the submission part when they get older. When they're children, when they're younger, that has laid a foundation for them to now go into society, that my 19-year-old, my 16-year-old has his own business, yet he's able to submit under certain laws and adhere to certain teachers. My 19-year-old is now being able to submit fluidly underneath her supervisors without a lot of, she knows how to have a boundary, which is why I taught them self-respect before I taught them to walk in the submission, because it comes from obedience. Now that's where the self-respect is most important. And I think if we're gonna sit here and try to as I'm teaching my daughter and I'm teaching my sons as well, that's leading into that. And I don't think that we're sitting here paying attention to being honest about the fact that there are a lot of kids running around right now who don't know obedience, yet they think that they should be respected in society right now. Listen, there are a lot of kids running around with fly mouths where I'm just like, where's your parent? Did they not teach you something? And that is because they lack obedience. Now, when they get older, they will struggle with submission and end up in a lot of situations that are not good for them.
Should moms raise their daughters to be wives or to be self sufficient first?
Both. We don't have to pick. We have to stop painting this narrative that women have to pick either being a wife or being independent. You can do both. You can be a whole person and be a wife all at the same time. You can have a career and be a wife all at the same time. We have to start teaching our daughters both, because that's a whole human. She doesn't have to be just a wife unless that's what she chooses. So.
And even then, can she really be a good wife if she doesn't have some amount of self-sustainability? Probably not.
No, so, oh my God. From what I just heard, men have to stop thinking that men are, that a lot of men are worthy of submitting to. There are so many men that are not worthy of that. So y'all got to stop acting like women need to submit. You need, shut your ass up talking to us and go talk to the men that are not worthy of submitting to. Fix that. And maybe we could fix our women, our girls, and tell them that man is worthy of your respect. That one right there. So I think that is fair to do. But Shan, to your point, no, she cannot be a good wife unless she has some sense of independence, some sense of self, because she's going to be a burden on that man if she does not know how to do the things for herself. And I think that men don't understand how much of a burden it is to have a woman to just depend on you for everything. Because that's what it sounds like y'all want.
I agree with what Bo just said. I agree with, I think Kiana was on the same plate. I think you can definitely have both. I just know that y'all need to do something because y'all's girls are submitting to these boys in the bathroom in high school, and they have no self-respect for themselves. I can tell you that much.
Sure,
So whatever the conversation is just not being had. I don't know which one will come first, but I'm gonna tell you what's happening.
Shan, what if one of the men on here said what Bo said? I think she said the men need to stop telling the women that every man gets submission or something like that. I don't know if anybody used that language on this panel today.
It's a little hard to hear you.
That's why I was confused when she said that. I was like, who ran with the narrative that a woman's supposed to just submit?
Oh, you saying what Bo said?
Yeah, because she said we men on here have to stop doing that, and I'm trying to figure out like.
I think she's saying in general in these podcast spaces, men need to stop doing. I don't think she's saying.
Oh, okay. So she projected something on us that was outside of our power. Yeah, okay. So maybe we should stop doing that too. Maybe we should stop projecting things on to people who didn't say it, because their voice is their voice and our voice is our voice, and I think voices are very powerful. But whenever you conflate it and you give us the voice of somebody else, and I think it's a mischaracterization, because we want to have the luxury to be able to speak for ourselves in real time, and I think it's respectful whenever you allow us to do that, articulate ourselves without pigeonholing us to a talking point that somebody else regurgitated.
I responded to what I heard. I did. I responded to what I heard on this panel. And then I was talking in general at the same time, simultaneously, because I can do that.
So who said that?
I didn't. Have you heard this? Do we need to rewind the tape and see what you said about women submitting?
I can repeat what I said verbatim.
Okay. So then that's what I was talking about.
So you're talking about me. So what did I say?
If you can, and every other man that wants women to just arbitrarily submit. We keep talking about women's submission, and we are not talking about men's worthiness of submission. And you want to harp on the fact that I'm talking about someone talking about submission, and you will not address the fact that I'm talking about the men that are not worthy of submission. We have to stop talking so much about women submitting, and we have to start talking to men and making them worthy of submission. You have too many men lost, making up all of these different personalities so that women would be attracted to it. You need to talk to them. You need to stop talking to women. You need to talk to men, because you are a man.
You make a great point, and I hear what you're saying. But what's confusing to me is, and maybe the other ladies on the panel could articulate it. Did y'all hear me say that women need to just based off of my individual perspective that I gave? Did y'all hear me say that women need to arbitrarily submit to men? Or did you hear me say that we need to teach our daughters to prioritize self-respect so that they don't just submit to arbitrarily any men? Like, which one did y'all hear, if y'all can speak? But if y'all gonna let Sister Code restrict y'all, then I understand. But if y'all can speak up from what y'all heard, that will be valuable in this conversation, because she's misquoting me.
I personally didn't hear you say that women need to arbitrarily submit. I didn't hear that.
This retarded ass nigga. So I used the word arbitrarily. Me. I did.
Thank you for clearing
that. That was my word.
You did.
I didn't say you said it. That was my word.
Thank you. So,
but I think that
can we submit to the order? Can we submit to the order? Can we do that?
Go ahead. Oh, my bad. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, shout out to submit to the order. I know that's right.